Hey, what is up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my WWE 205 Live review for November 7th, 2017. Now, I got a lot of videos I got to catch up on, so I just want to get right into this one. We had the commentary team of Nigel McGuinness and Vic Joseph, and it opened right up with the Zoe show, because this was pretty much the United Kingdom division and Cruiserweight division crossover. It really kind of wasn't much of a crossover, because not a lot of the Cruiserweight wrestlers were there. The only Cruiserweights that were there were Enzo, Kalisto, and I think Cedric Alexander and Gentleman Jack Gallagher. Everybody else was pretty much in the UK division. So Enzo Amore pretty much runs down England, talks about how it's a crap hole. He talks about how he's not happy that he lost to the United Kingdom champion, who he doesn't even know his name. So then he brings out and he pretty much puts himself over saying he's like any other comedian talk show host, which he's not. Everybody chanted boring during his segment, and I don't really blame him because it was boring. So then he brings out the entire United Kingdom division, and he brings out, I don't even remember some of these guys' names. He brings out Jordan Devlin, James Drake, Joseph Connors, Tyler Bate, Mark Andrews, and I think that's it. Tucker. And he runs down each and every one of them. Some of them will take his side, so the ones that take his side he commends. Some of them he makes fun of, like Mark Andrews. He talks about how he needs to lose a little weight and eat more salads if he wants to be a cruiserweight. And him and Tyler Bate go back and forth. And Tyler Bate talks about how he doesn't like him, so Enzo goes off on him, saying that he should just be a butler and stuff. And Tyler Bate decks him right in the face. And we didn't even get to meet one of the other guys because Tyler Bate and him, it was just there. So then Kalisto comes out. He has a match with Gentleman Jack Gallagher. Gentleman Jack Gallagher cuts a promo putting down England, talks about how they made him into a clown, just like they turned Cedric Alexander into. So they kind of played up to that storyline a little bit. And then we had the match. I thought the match was actually a decent match. 2.5 stars. Kalisto hit a flip dive over the top rope. He went to go ahead and dive off the barricade, but Gallagher took out his legs. And Kalisto went for a moonsault. Gallagher caught him into an armbar, and Kalisto reversed it into a Salida del Sol, which was cool for the win. So Kalisto wins. Makes sense because he wanted to build up Kalisto for that Cruiserweight Championship match coming up against Enzo Amore at Survivor Series, so I like this. Then we had a tag team match. It was Cedric Alexander and Mark Andrews versus Joseph Connors and James Drake. I don't even remember who James Drake is. I remember Joseph Connors a little bit from the United Kingdom Championship Tournament and that United Kingdom Championship special they did. Obviously, I know who Mark Andrews is because he's had great matches all year. It was good to see him back because I remember he had been injured. And then it was also obviously I know who Cedric Alexander is because he's on TV every week. So yeah. But this was but they did some video packages introducing each guy. They did one for James Drake, Mark Andrews, and Joseph Connors. If you saw the ones at the United Kingdom Championship show, this was the same one. It was they did some good video package, and I didn't really care about this match. Match wasn't bad or anything. It was a 2-star match, but it was just there. I didn't really feel like it was important. I don't understand why they didn't throw in Gentleman Jack Gallagher into James Drake's place and have James Drake face Kalisto instead, because that would have put over the Cedric Alexander Gentleman Jack Gallagher feud. That didn't make any sense to me, but the match was decent. Mark Andrews wins with the 450 splash or the shooting star press, whatever, and they Cedric Alexander and Mark Andrews win. This means nothing though because it was just a nothing tag. Nobody cared about it. And Enzo Amore got interviewed, talked about getting decked in the face by Tyler Bate, and he says that it doesn't matter because he's the reason Tyler Bate's on 205 Live and that he makes more money than him. We had a video packages for Tyler Bate introducing him, which he didn't really need to do because everybody knew who he was, and he was in like the main segment. We had Tyler Bate versus Enzo Amore. This was a bad match, which sucks because Tyler Bate, we know, is capable of having great matches. He's had the best match of the year at NXT TakeOver Chicago, and now he's probably had the worst match of his career against Enzo Amore, but it's not his fault because Enzo can't work. So Tyler Bate destroys him in the beginning. He out-wrestles him, which makes sense because And then Enzo destroys him, throws him in the barricades and stuff. And Tyler Bate hits a suicide dive. Actually, he's going to go for a suicide dive. It hits like a rebound clothesline. And eventually Enzo shoves him off the top turnbuckle. And this hurts, his knee, Tyler Bates' knee. So then he hits the John Donzo for the win. And afterwards, Kalisto runs out. And Enzo Amore takes off. And Kalisto wants him to come fight him. But Enzo won't. And that was the show. I didn't really like this show. It was a bad show. I'm giving it a 3 out of 10. It wasn't good. And it just felt like it was just there, just a filler show. You didn't really need to see this. So if you plan on watching this show, do yourself a favor and skip it. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys a little bit later on today.